Is the MLS still relevant?
Yeah, I don't think it's certainly not as relevant as it used to be. Um, MLS, used to be. I mean, the whole thing with real estate agents and the MLS is like, MLS was all the information. If you wanted to buy a house, you had to come to a real estate agent because we were guardians, we were keepers of the information. Well, it's just not that way now. We have Zillow for residential, we have like Land Watch for land, and we have Loopnet for commercial property. So we're not the gatekeepers of information. Zillow is a national company, okay? There's so much invested in it. Your MLS is either a town or a few counties, or some of the MLSs are statewide, but it still doesn't compare to Zillow, that's national. Same thing with like LoopNet. The information now can go to 800 different websites. So the information isn't so important. What MLS still does is it's a means for other agents to get into properties. Well, now there's companies like Open Door where you can get your cell phone and you can actually get into a property. So we're not as relevant as far as the information is concerned. We're not as relevant as far as access is concerned. And the MLS also allows for cooperation between two agents. So we have a contract that's signed that says, Len, if you sell my listing, I'll make sure that you get 2.5% commission. Out of my 6%, you get 2.5, or out of my 6%, you get 3, or whatever. We're gonna divide the commission, and we have an agreement as to how we're gonna divide it. So that's one of the values of MLS. And before there's a little bit more detailed comps. So like if I want to figure out the price of your house, I can do the comps from MLS. Well, Zillow's getting better and better at that. Homesnap, we talked about earlier. Homesnap's getting really good at getting that information. So if MLS isn't important, why do you still need a real estate agent? If MLS isn't relevant, you need a real estate agent because they're professional negotiators. They understand the contracts in and out, or they should. You want an agent that understands the contracts. Market awareness. I mean, I just had a sales meeting last month and I said, if I hear of another agent bragging about how they got over list price or they were in a multiple offer situation, I might fire you on the spot because you're not doing a good job. If you got 25,000 over list price, it means you didn't list it right. You weren't aware of what the market was. So I don't want agents in this firm bragging about how they got over list price. We want to be aggressive on that. So you're not going to get that from comps. You have to get that because you're an agent that knows the market. And of course, vendors, contacts, repairs. That's what is also relevant. So if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't even join the MLS. Too many agents in my firm. Too many people love the MLS. I remember when we first started out, we put our homes and lands in the Chatham News and Record. Chatham News and Record's a great paper, but it wasn't selling our houses, and so I made the decision to pull out of the Chatham News and Record, and I had a lot of seller resistancy. I wish I could get my agents and sellers to say, MLS is irrelevant right now. You can make people aware of your properties because of the comprehensive exposure that the internet has. If I don't have to have MLS and a couple 100 million people in the United States will know that your house is for sale. You don't need that anymore.